versus.
Alex! Alex!
Alright, we gotta grab that mirror match.
Alright, okay. So,
we're back to the eternal conflict of my man versus my character. Except this time, I'm salty at that guy.
so I have a question for you, actually.
What?
So I noticed that in your guys' mirror match, Duncan was really aggressive about using 3 things specifically: the uppercut, the stance, and the cross-hit move. I don't know what it's called.
I think he's using the stance to I tend to say the stance is bad.
Right. Now my question for you is, do you think Hellsap will have trouble adjusting to the completely different priorities of Duncan?
I think so, but at the same time, I think Duncan's priorities will sometimes lose to Leo.
That makes sense.
Just because it didn't look like he knew this matchup before.
Right, I understand that.
He also doesn't go for knockdown a lot, and Leo really benefits from that.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Now, earlier when you were playing Hellsap, we saw a lot of Hellsap, almost just abusing the charged projectiles in neutral. It seemed to just completely beat all of your normals.
So the main thing that I should be doing is recognizing that situation and throwing out Rensen.
What's Rensen?
The projectile. The green projectile that AXL shoots out, it's a charge move. I just I don't know.
It's just a hit?
Yeah, it'll just go right through, hit him.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. He has to YRC it, and even if he YRCs it, he's blocked.
Wow, I didn't actually expect the parry to recover that quickly.
Yeah, it recovers hella fast. It's very tough, because Leo just gets to, if he's in back stance, you really can't swing at him.
Right.
You gotta throw him. You gotta either throw him or, react to something else he does.
That makes sense.
Because if he throws out the parry, you're just gonna hit it most of the time. You have to, really beta hard.
Especially with AXL having such huge hitboxes on a lot of his moves, he might just accidentally stick something into it.
You just don't have anything faster than 6 frames.
Yeah,
so you end up eating a lot of that counter.
I assume that's, just really hard because, Leo's one of those characters who it seems like, at least to me, that he gets in and really your only option is you have to really excellently time a jump.
Yes.
Or you have to have a really good throw or mash.
Mm-hmm.
His pressure is frame trap oriented, so if you can't get out, you have to stuff him.
You have to either Dragon Punch something or instant block something, get a fast normal out, or throw him.
It seems to be, it's a lot less about the blocking and more about what are your character's capabilities? Do they have an uppercut? Do they have a fast normal that can stuff them out?
Yeah. And most characters, if they throw out jabs, then it'll work.
Right,
the problem is getting crossed out.
I see.
And also, AXL doesn't have a jab.
Ooh, I didn't actually expect him to get anti-aired there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the stance is very, very easy to deal with if you've seen it before. But
it seems like one of those things that's good on the ground day one, but if somebody spends the time and dedicates the effort to really practicing exactly how to beat it, it's not a problem anymore.
The Japanese players who clearly have seen it before, clearly go into tournament, tend to win against it.
That makes sense.
So
SG was telling me earlier that you can actually just mash jab against it, and your hook is extended.
A jab will definitely tag it. It's probably harder for AXL than some characters to hit it, but you can still throw a lot at it.
Makes sense.
Or you can just wait it out. You can just wait it out and then it's done, and the rest is going to be.
You're not taking a humongous amount of chip damage. So.
Yeah.
Ooh, blocks the dust. Oh, he can follow up on Wednesday.
Yeah, so if you... Wait, what are you talking about?
He did 2H into the charge move.
Oh, the dust, yes.
Yeah.
You can 2H into dust.
Okay.
I think he's going to have our time winning this matchup. But going for Dragon Punch is a good guess.
It seems
just
to
that, if he throws out counter, then it'll take a Dragon Punch.
Right. Especially because his Dragon Punch, it's one hit. It's kind of classic in the way that it comes out.
Well, it doesn't matter with Leo.
Oh, he'll absorb multiple hits as well?
It'll take the first hit, and you get put in with shield state, essentially.
I see.
And he does the follow-up if you're within a certain range, but either way, you're like split shielded.
Makes sense.
So even Soul's Dragon Punch will eat it.
Is he going to be able to combo off? Yes! Alright!
That's a combo.
Okay.
It's a cancel, I think.
Cancel? Okay.
Although, it could be a link. That thing
Hellsap
does a lot of stun.
Nodding
seems to only work on
I'm always frustrated that, like...
people are betting money on this in Portland.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think Sam B bet some money on Hellsap.
The one thing I have noticed about Guilty Gear, me as an original BlazBlue player, is that a lot of the overheads in this game don't force crouching state.
They do not.
And, you know, to me that's new because in BlazBlue it's like, well, you hit them with the overhead, you know, they're going to be crouching, and you get your crouching confirmed. But in this game, if I hit somebody with an overhead and they're standing, I suddenly don't get a combo.
Yes. Although you can usually always RC. But
right. But classically, you know, if they're standing because they try to jump out or something, it does not hit causing a crouch.
That has never been true as far as I know in Guilty Gear.
Interesting.
There are a lot of moves in the game that will force crouching state.
Wow.
But it's definitely not a universal
that
property
was
of overheads.
About as close to a kill as you can get without actually killing. Yup.
Oh, he jumped into it. He's gonna die. No, I guess not.
He really just needs to stay patient here. Ooh, rough.
I think he felt like he couldn't afford to because he didn't have the meter
any
to
FD,
avoid the chip damage.
And he was on the verge of winning that. So I've seen that as the ideal punish for that move. People like
So it's not ideal in the sense that like
you could get more.
Yeah, you could
but
get
I mean
more
in that situation you always win.
Right.
Because it only hits
you'll never lose to it with an air throw.
Right.
So you saw me do that at least once in the mirror match.
Right. More like 7 times actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, it happened a lot.
Man, I gotta be honest with you, I was so psyched out today.
Well, either way, you did get third.
Yes.
And one of your last losses was to a player from your region, so I feel like you still did really well.
No, yeah, I'm happy with how I did today. I wish I had won more, but obviously that's always true.
I understand. So, can you explain to me, so Leo's follow-up parry, the one that he does to follow up his slash normals?
Yes.
Is
Wait,
it...
So, what move do you mean? Because he's got a couple of follow-ups.
So he'll do slash, and then he'll input the button again, and he'll get the thing where he flips his sword up, and it's like a parry.
Oh, that's, I believe, his hard slash in that, I don't know what button it is, but it's a button.
Okay.
So...
But can you throw him out of it? Can you
you
blow
can
it?
throw him out of it. Highs and lows get eaten. It comes out in one frame. So you
not the shield.
The shield.
Not the shield.
Oh, not the shield.
But the follow-up normal.
What do you mean? The
so
overhead?
He'll be in not stance, right?
Right.
And he'll do slash.
Yeah.
And then he'll flick his sword back, and it'll glare. And it's a parry.
I think that's an auto guard high.
Auto guard. Okay.
Now I know what you're talking about. I was confused because we didn't. See
I'll throw my hands to the screen when it comes out. Earlier I was talking about Hellsap, about how the Santa color was the best color. You should stop playing that disgusting black color and pick more Santa.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's because we didn't at first have the DLC colors in Portland, but
I see.
obviously the Santa color is free, so we've since gotten that one.
Right.
That thing is hard to beat, the charge.
Right.
I don't know for a fact, but I think it has some upper body invincibility, or at least it's pretty low.
Earlier, at least for the cross-up version, it seems like Pycalypse is doing a great job of throwing Hellsap out of it.
Yes. So if he can get a cross-up,
right.
If it is a cross-up.
But if it's just right up front, it's a little hard. Though.
Yeah, well, if it's right up front, then it's a block stun.
Right.
But if it's gonna cross you up, you can throw it.
Makes sense.
Because it goes through you, and also you can't be crossed up from block stun.
Now going into this round, Duncan does have not only a round up, but never mind. I was about to say adverse advantage, but
he doesn't have adverse advantage.
Yeah, he did burst.
Well, it wasn't a very good burst, but you know, he had burst advantage. That's the important part.
Now, part of me is wondering, oh, there we go.
So, what are you wondering?
I was wondering, so when I watch a lot of Japanese videos, I don't see a lot of Axis games because it's especially the matchups I watch, because Ramlethal just kind of kills them.
Right.
But it seems like a lot of, I feel like at least for this early in the meta game, it might still be to a degree somewhat effective, especially if a player hasn't yet proved that they can beat it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that I should probably start using it because it's going to be good in America for a while.
That's about to say good in America. Kind of like how I can't effectively deal with it. Was it a 6HS, like his jumping?
Yeah, that's good in America.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also something that you kind of have to use. But
I assume it's really good at resetting his pressure and stuff like that.
Yeah, and also you get, there are distances where you can get it to be safe. And also you can wire Z it if they do something.
And then you're in the air and you get like a...
You can wire it, you can block, or you can get something quick if you think that they swung something slow.
Now Hellsap is on the verge of just completely winning Grand Finals entirely with one hit.
He has match point. Oh god.
Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to be able to beat that situation.
That's hilarious. He was in backstance.
He has plenty of meter to FD, he just needs to wait for it to run out. Duncan avoids instant death. Ties up the score 1-1.
Duncan is impressing me today. I gotta be honest.
Good job. I've never actually heard of him before.
No, yeah, he's not on Dustloop. I don't know that he has a Twitter. But this guy is good.
It seems like he has experience in Guilty Gear.
He definitely seems to. Or he's, I don't know.
Or he's played a lot since the game came out.
Maybe he came out of nowhere.
True.
I don't know. I don't
assume
that some people
this venue is actually really new to me.
Oh, interesting.
So, wow.
Yeah, you get thrown there.
Good air.
That's just...
And across the counter hit.
That's just gonna happen.
Unfortunately, he did get burst into the corner there, but luckily with Leo's Rekka, you actually get him to get back. Duncan having a hard time blocking the process.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you're in a lot of frame traps this matchup. And unfortunately, you have to guess really hard as excellent frame traps.
6 golden letters.
Yup.
6 golden letters. Hellsap saying that win was a fluke. It's time for me to get my money.
Oh. Alright, we got knockdown. What's happening? Oh.
He's thrown out of it.
Decided to do it on wake up. Oh. That's cool. So where's Duncan located?
Bellevue. So pretty near this location, relatively.
He's swinging at it.
Hellsap really having a lot of trouble with the stance. I feel like he could probably just super it.
He could probably just dunk.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah, that he can super for sure. That
massive
move
damage.
Is so slow.
Next hit. Oh. All right, excellent game for Hellsap. Just really,
when you can get the frame advantage, that projectile is oppressive.
I imagine, especially because not only is it plus when you're blocking it,
but
if you're already minus and it's coming out anyway,
you're
it's
just
gonna
be
it's kind of like that perfect spacing with Guile where he just kind of keep chain sonic booming you, and it's really hard to get out.
And then you just it's the character reminds me of Guile in a lot of ways. He seems to be kind of what you would call air dasher implementation of Guile.
That makes sense.
He has the flash kick. He has the sonic boom.
He has the flash kick, sonic boom.
He has a lot of those tools that make Guile really just like tough to write
those certain
where
ranges.
he wants to operate.
I know it's really interesting because in a lot of anime games, a character might have like a similar input and a similar looking move, but functionally they play completely different.
Yeah.
Like a good example I think is Kagura in BlazBlue, who has the exact same types of inputs. He even has like stances the same as Leo.
Right.
But he plays completely differently.
Huh.
He's like
I don't know much BlazBlue.
He's a rushdown character with extremely high damage off like random hits with really good mix side.
Yeah, so
his
he's
neutral's
like
really bad.
More of an offensive oriented.
More of an offensive oriented, but like Leo, he's really good. His projectile's super awesome in neutral.
He's just got like lots of traps.
Lots of traps, lots of like please hit a button.
For space, traps for frames, traps for like. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Thanks for tuning into the Guilty Gear tournament. This is Angelo Grandes. I go by the Core on Twitter.
And I'm Digital Watches. I
don't have
came
Twitter.
Up from Portland. I have Twitter. I have Twitter.
Okay,
it's at Digital Watches.
At Digital Watches. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I believe up next we have the Ultra Tournament. Have fun. Stay tuned.